Hey folks, Gary here. Hey, hope you're having a really good Friday. Cole and I are. We're having a great Friday. It's a great day, great morning. I'm going to read a passage of scripture for you today, and it's Deuteronomy 17, verse 1. And it's talking about giving to God and how we give to God. And it says this: You shall not sacrifice to the Lord your God an ox or a sheep in which is a blemish or a defect, whatever, right? Whatsoever. For that is an abomination to the Lord your God. So the Israelites, they would do sacrifices to God to cover the sin of the nation and all that stuff that we don't have to do now because of Jesus and the sacrifice He made, but they had to then. And in that law was you had to present a sacrifice that was worthy, right? You had to present a sacrifice that didn't have a blemish, that didn't have a defect. Now, why would God say that? Well, because um, the temptation is to sometimes just get by, right? To get rid of something maybe you don't really want anymore. You know, that kind of thing is like, well, this ox is not that good for me, so I'll sacrifice that instead. And so it's not giving of your best, and we can see that that's part of human nature, that we do that sometimes. Um, yeah, that we've all heard those stories where they take up offerings and say, "Hey, let's help out this family over here," and then people just give you their garbage, right? Just stuff they just don't want anymore, and that's not honoring. That's you're not blessing with that, right? Right? What's honoring is when you give your best to help someone. You give your very best to help someone. And that's what God has done for us. And so when we read this in Deuteronomy, we think, man, God is really, really hard. But it's not that. It's about giving your best. And it's a foreshadowing. It's an illustration of who God is, because God has always given us His best. In creation, He did that. With Jesus, He did that. Then when Jesus was sacrificed on the cross, Jesus was perfect, without blemish, without wrinkle, without anything. He was perfect. That's why that sacrifice, that's why it needed to be Jesus for that sacrifice for us. So Jesus, he was sacrificed on the cross. He died. He was buried. On the third day, He rose again. And so we have that resurrected life with Him when we give our life to Him. But it's because the sacrifice was perfect. And the gift that He gives us at Christmas is the celebration of Jesus' birth as a baby. Again, God held back nothing in that. It was perfect. He gave us the best at Christmas. He gave us the very best. He gave us Himself, which was perfect. God doesn't hold back on that. He gives you the very, very best that He has, which is Him. And so I hope you experience that during Christmas. Experience the presence of God, because there's nothing better, and God holds nothing back. He gives you the best. He gives you Himself.